This is the LC500 convertible. It is Lexus' first soft top convertible ever. They've been making hardtop since God knows when. Incidentally, it is also our first convertible review on SG Car Mart. It's a very rare car, and I say this for very good reasons. Think about it. When was the last time you saw an LC coupe, right? It's rare for good reasons. Number one, it cost more than $500,000, this convertible here. Number two, at that price point, people can actually get other cars. So if you're in the market trying to get the LC convertible, you'll probably be thinking about cars like the, 8 Series convertible, Jaguar F-Type, SL Class, even the Porsche 911 Cabrio. But this car here is one of the most highly desirable convertibles in the market for sure. I mean, take a look at this. These lights right here with a teardrop. You know how you look like a clown with like a teardrop? This is it, like a teardrop. But it looks cool. It doesn't look cheap in any way. This whole thing right here, larger than life spindle grille. Some people are like, oh no man, it doesn't look too good because it's too big, it's too loud. Think of this as the current BMW 4 Series. Huge grille, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna love it, right? And this is exactly how we're going to love the Lexus, because after a while, we've stopped talking about the grille. It's all on the BMW now. This right here is not 20, but 21-inch wheels. Very beautiful, but here's the problem. It looks very curbable. Like when I drove this car, the only thing I was afraid of was wrecking the wheels. It looks like I could easily destroy it, but nevertheless, very gorgeous. Just as gorgeous is this entire car right here. This car is drop dead gorgeous. I mean, look at the lines. Look at the flush handles, and look at even the color is nice. And I'm never into loud colors, but this, man, I will want it in this color or even the bright red. Now, come round the back. Plasticky stuff on top, but very forgivable. Again, the teardrop lines right here. Now, if you turn on the lights behind, you can actually see a 3D effect, like it's an L-shaped 3D effect, sort of like gets brighter and then duller at the back. So, sort of gets like a depth. Very cool 3D effect. And, of course, the LC500 moniker right here to show you how special this car really is. Now, another thing that's also special is this. You can't open the boot from anywhere else. The boot button is right here. Yep. Open up, and you get a measly 149 liters worth of boot space. But here's the good thing. It is 149 liters, period. You don't get any when you fold the roof for some of the convertibles, the rooftop sits into the boot space and eats into the boot space, so you can't really put anything. But for me, I can still put my barang-barang. And it gets the job done. Obviously, it's not going to pass the anti-trolley length test, all the luggage, but it can put stuff. The Lexus LC500 convertible is priced at $562,800. The 5-litre V8 engine produces 470 brake horsepower and 540 Nm of torque. The 10-speed automatic transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 km/h in 4.9 seconds. For more details on the Lexus LC500 convertible or any other car, head on to sgcarmart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. And as with all Lexuses, attention to detail is impeccable. Check it out. Adjusts nicely. Perfect for pint-sized drivers like me, right? But anyway, the moment you come in here, you immediately can tell that this isn't an outright bruiser. It's not like a true blue sports car or anything. I mean, it looks too plush and lush to be an outright bruiser. This right here is more Grand Tourer than anything else. Multifunctional steering wheel, lovely, huge metal, not cheap, really expensive to the touch, feel sort of pedal shifters, really huge. So when you press, you can feel there's a lot of tactile to it. It feels really, really good. Now, beyond that is this really, really cool instrument cluster. Now, check it out. It moves. It slides. When I toggle, look at that. Right? It just moves. How smart! And everything is still very legible. Like, I could actually see exactly or tell exactly what's
what I need to know about the car. Fuel consumption, blah, 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 driving mode, blah, blah, blah. Now, speaking of driving mode, how smart is this, right? Where cars have driving modes here, 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 everywhere, Lexus decides to put the driving mode here. Yep, this is the driving mode. See that? It changes accordingly. How smart is that? When I drive, I look, change driving modes. Yep, here I go. I don't have to, it's right here. So brilliant. Everywhere else, it's all leather, soft to the touch. It feels very good. Everything is soft close here. Now, even this is soft close. See, when I lift it up, this is where the buttons are when I have to drop the roof, or at least put it back up. When I close it, soft close. Open this up. Cup holders, again, soft close. Check it out, right? Soft close. Who thinks of that, man? And then I can open it up like this way. Opening up this way gives you like 2 USB ports. A very, traditional 12-volt socket. Look, man, I'll be really honest. It feels dated, yet I love it. Now, I say that for several reasons. The CD player here, which nobody listens to CD nowadays. All these buttons, all this metal stuff looks really, really good. Doesn't leave any fingerprints of any sorts, but it doesn't feel like it's high-tech. And you really don't need to be. And because of that, it feels a bit dated. You know, like all these buttons and stuff, there's auto hold, there's a park button. It doesn't feel 2021. It shows how dated it is, but yet I still love it so much. I mean, look at all these details, man. Look at all this. Everything just feels good. Okay, what I really, really want to complain about though is this. This, huge, good, legible, but it's still being controlled by this touchpad right here. I thought this was to toggle it, but no. This is the volume and the power for this. So press it, and it switches off. Oh, no, it actually, sorry, it came on, sorry, my bad, yep. Yeah, and this power and volume at the same time. It's not even a knob for like anything else. And here, while most center consoles, most of the the glove compartment rather, has a handle here or here, whatever. This is a button right here. Press it. Look at that. It's so small and measly, and I don't even know what you can put inside, but it's so cool. See that? Everything just works very well. There is even a trunk opener right here. So if I press this, it opens the back. Okay, so here's my biggest complaint. It comes with ventilated seats, which you really need if you're gonna have a convertible in Singapore. But they don't have the buttons to control here. The ventilated seats, it's not buttons to just easily press. You'll actually have to do this. Go to menu, go to climate, go to seat, ta-da! And that's where you control ventilated seats. You gotta do like 3-4 steps just to go in and do it. They should have just placed a button here, really. All in all, good stuff. I really like this place. Feels very comfortable, feels very Japanese, top-notch VIP hospitality, and I'm seriously in love with this. But I'm really not in love with the back seat. Let me show you why. Here, I just knocked myself in the door and it hurts. Now, if I have to put my daughter in the back seat, which I did yesterday, I'll have to release, first and foremost, the seat belt. After which, I will fold the seat and it'll automatically detect that it's too high and it'll move forward. Everything seems fine and dandy, very nice, very cool. Climb inside here, put my daughter at the back, fold it in, and oh my god, man, I've got no space, man. Yep, okay, there you go. I've got a bit of space here because I sit really in front because of my height, right? But if not, it's going to be very difficult. I mean, look at this guy, man. He's got no space at all. This guy's got no space. So Lexus maybe should have done the LC as a strict 2-seater and then just made a bigger boot or something. Here's another problem. When I close it back down, I am not going to put the seat belt back in, which means the seat belt will be here. Ugh. So what's going to happen is I have to reach all the way back to get my seatbelt, which is now slightly uncomfortable because it's not inside this hoop, and then drive off. Its competitors has got some that, electronically hands you the seatbelt. Lexus should have just thought of that. Let's just find out how it drives, shall we? Now the LC500 convertible right here has a 5-litre V8 up in front, produces some 470 brake horsepower and 540 Newton meters of torque. Now if you want to know how the V8 sounds like, this is how it sounds like. It is so addictive! I keep wanting to do it again and again and again and again. It's such a glorious soundtrack, this V8, I tell you. I mean, Lexus does it like no one else could possibly do. This car finishes the Century Sprint in 4.9 seconds. It feels a lot quicker in real life. But here's the thing, when you pedal to the metal, unlike a turbocharged car like the M850i convertible, when you put your foot down, it doesn't just, you don't feel like the car is bringing you the distance it should bring you. Because delivery is so linear and it's so smooth that it just feels like it isn't going as far as it should go when I pedal to the metal, unlike a turbocharged V8 like the M850i. But I'm not complaining really, because it is so smooth, it is so lovely, and that soundtrack just makes it all the more glorious to power this LC500, man. I just feel like everyone is watching me right now. I mean, driving like an idiot in this yellow, top down, talking to myself. Just feels like everyone, it feels like I'm going to be on Storm in the next couple of days. But anyway, first things first, this car is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 10-speed. And regardless of how I drive it, slow, fast, brake early, brake late, it always manages to be in the right gear. All the time, every time. It just feels like, how did Lexus make a car like this so accurate and so precise? It's always at the right ratio, 10. And look at the way it goes around bends. Oh, body control, it's tight, but it's not to the point where it's so rigid. Because this car, if you think of the LC500 as an out-and-out sports car, it's a bruiser, you'd be quite disappointed, really. But if you think of this car as a Grand Tourer, then everything starts to make sense. Regardless of the modes that I'm in Sports Plus now. And it doesn't even feel like the suspension has been stiffened up. It just feels like normal mode. But everything does feel a little bit more intense, and the acceleration is certainly more urgent. And the sound. Woo-hoo-hoo. This feels like $1 million. I cannot wipe that smile off my face, I tell you. And when you're out and about on the highway, and traffic's heavy, which is quite a normal thing in Singapore, it sort of makes you feel very relaxed when you're taking a few notches down. When you're not driving like a madman, it's very relaxing. Makes you feel like this is the car you want to be in after a long days of work. Just drive home, relax. And if you ever, come across unbroken tarmac, or rather broken tarmac, this just soaks up everything. It just makes you feel relaxed. So the verdict, will buy, won't buy, or go try the Lexus LC500 convertible. If you've got a really, really deep pocket, I say just go ahead and buy it, man. If I had endless pit, you know, if my pocket was an endless pit, I'll get this and then I'll get the LC Coupe. And you know what the best part of all is? I'll probably get it in like red. I love this car, I really do. Go get it, you won't regret it, that I promise you. So yes, there you have it guys, that is the review of the Lexus LC500 convertible. Thank you very much for watching. Please share the video with your friends and family and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please also hit the bell notification button right here so that you'll be notified every time we upload new videos. Oh, look, that sound, woohoo! Sorry, I had to do that. Yes, in the meantime, stay safe, be well. Thank you very much for watching. Ciao!